First, we are returning to Gloomwood. I had a lot of fun in this game yesterday. I'm really enjoying it, and we're going to keep playing the early access today. Then, I'll be gone on lunch. Then, I got early access thanks to Dead Good Media to Steel Rising a day early. So, although I would normally start games in the morning slot, I am going to start the Steel Rising today in the afternoon slot because there is a lot of stuff we have already done that we're going to need to do again. We did the beta for Steel Rising, and we're going to basically be replaying that for the live. And I figured since most of my EU friends have already seen that, we'll just go ahead and do that in the afternoon, maybe catch up a little bit to the main part. And then when we start Steel Rising, I think tomorrow morning, we'll go ahead and check that out. So, yep, good to go, good to go. And then this evening, I'll be back for the Cozy Couch stream. We might beat Xenoblade Chronicles 3 tonight.
What?
Maybe. Depends on how the bosses go. But yeah, so I'm very excited to check it out, and we're gonna see how all of this transpires. But yeah, big day today, lots going on. I was thinking about taking the afternoon off and going for a ride, but honestly, we got a lot of games to play, chat. We got a lot of games to play. We got stuff to do.
Should we go check the old mud house?
The path to it has collapsed. No one has been able to make contact with the Keeper in months. One of our brothers was just...
Nope. All right, looking and feeling good. What's the story of this game exactly? You're in this kind of dilapidated, almost, I don't know what era you would call this, but you're in an older era city. You're a doctor, and there's some kind of crazy cult slash virus disease going around that's turning people weird, and the controlling faction, whoever they may be, are doing all sorts of nefarious and bad things, and it's just bad. Lots of bad. God. Doctor, I've left you a message on the phonograph. Please listen to it. I've also prepared the basement area for you. Use it to your liking. See you soon, B.
If you're reading this, that means you made it safely to the lighthouse. Good. My store is in the market district. It's not far from here. Rest if you need to, but don't delay. And whatever you do, don't look in the mirror.
Nani?
Oh. Somebody in chat said, is this game scary? It's not really scary. I would say it's very immersive. And a little creepy. And a little weird. before we do that. Oh. Hey, there's the code. Okay. That's fine. So we could go all the way back if we wanted to and get... Oh, God.
Hello, Doctor. I had hoped for us to meet at my estate. No matter. I can guarantee your safe arrival. A promise few others here can make. The townsfolk are not fond of outsiders. Come to the market plaza before midnight. I will have one of my trusted servants pick you up by carriage. I'll be waiting.
Girl, your clothes are made of bones. I did not put you in the I trust you category. Oh, come on. There's not going to be some in there. What? No! Already? Oh, man. Damn. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm gonna keep playing. I need more, man. I need more. I could do this for like a 20-hour game. Oh, looks like we're playing Steel Rising this morning, I guess.
Applause, please.
Damn, dude. Wow. Okay, so the steep. I haven't talked about this yet, and I'm probably not going to talk about it much, but I'll say this right now. In fact, I haven't mentioned it yet. I'm going to go ahead and mention it now. A lot of people have asked me about it, and I've been a little quiet, but it's because I think I know what's going on, and I'm kind of waiting to see if I'm right or not. And what the thing is, I have been asked so many times over the last few days, Cohh, what do you think about host mode going away? And more importantly, more succinctly, Cohh, what do you think about the fact, like, what do you think about the reasons that Twitch is saying host mode is going away? And their reason is specifically that they don't want to set an improper expectation of non-live content on Twitch. And here's the thing. Here is my opinion on this. And here is where I think a lot of the stuff you're hearing in public right now is just kind of off base. What's host mode? Host mode is when you raid a channel. It's part of raiding, and it's also something you just do. A streamer can do on its own, and it's when it replaces your stream with another channel's stream. So you can chat in your chat while watching another stream. That's what host mode is. So here is the thing. All over the place, I see people going, I can't believe Twitch gave that reason. It makes absolutely no sense. And they're absolutely right. Because a huge amount of the most popular content on Twitch has zero interaction anyway. Like esports shows, a lot of IRL content, like all sorts of stuff. There's literally a huge double-digit proportion of Twitch content that never has had chat interaction, and it never will. So the idea that they're removing a feature because of that, obviously, makes absolutely no sense. So here's the thing. The reason that Twitch gave was a complete non-reason, because the actual reason that host mode is being removed is not something they want to talk about right now. That's the issue. The issue is that Twitch does not want people to know what their actual reasons are removing host mode. And I can tell you a variety of things it could be. They could be doing away with offline channels and forcing people to always go to live content, which means people are always going to ads. They could be removing offline pages. So instead of going to people's VOD list, you go to a list of of approved channels that then start playing ads. My guess is that the reason host mode is leaving is this is the first step, or honestly not even the first step, but it is a step towards getting people more live content in a more consistent manner. And I think that they will eventually most likely remove chat on offline channels. I think they will eventually make it so offline pages have a live stream playing that is playing ads. This is all one big umbrella of Twitch moving to a platform that delivers more ads. Do I think it's a bad thing? No. Am I a little surprised that Twitch is obfuscating the real reason? Not really. Because again, I think this is a small part of a larger vision, and I don't think they're ready to talk about that vision yet. So that's, for people that keep asking me, why is the reason for removing hosts so ridiculous? It's because they literally had to come up with a different reason than the actual reason to be public with. And there you go. That is my opinion on the situation. The reason is bad is because it's a non-reason. It's just, they literally had to make up a reason because they didn't want to be public about the real reason yet. Yeah. Because we also know that Twitch likes money, and these days Twitch is all about making money. So the idea of them just haphazardly removing something they've probably spent millions of dollars developing over the years, they'd never do that. They wouldn't do that. That wouldn't make it through the bajillion focus groups that it needs to. It wouldn't do it. So there's got to be reasons that have to do with the amount of ads playing, the resources it takes, some reason they don't want to be public about yet. And the thing is, and the reason I'm saying this is because I'm also being clear that I don't mind or care. Like I would have preferred if they didn't give a reason, or said something on the lines of, instead of making up a very bad reason that's obviously not true, they very much should have just said, we'll be talking more about why host mode was removed at a later date, or something like that. Because it makes a lot of people feel, understandably, like Twitch is kind of not being fully upfront with them. They blow up themselves. That's interesting. And yeah, I don't think that was the best move. I don't. I think from a PR perspective, that was a pretty bad move. Because I mean, now even PC Gamer is writing articles about how terrible the reason is that host mode is being removed, and they don't need that, dude. That's poor form. So anyway, there you go. But I'm fine with it. We didn't use host mode too much. I did use host mode every so often, but we can, there's other ways to get around that. Like it's not a huge deal. It is a much larger deal for smaller streamer communities, and I do hope that they're going to come up with something to kind of offset that, because that is the bulk of Twitch is the mid to the medium-sized to smaller streamers is the bulk. So I hope they're still very much keeping that in mind when they're taking away features that those groups tend to really favor and use.
Roads stretch out before us. So many paths.
Wow.
Which do you choose? That's up to you. Sometimes you might run astray. You'll stop.
A whole game.
Maybe cry in frustration.
That is brutal.
But
An entire game building up relationships, and every single one of them is ruined at the end.
Go on without end.
Jeez.
So look up, face forward, toward your chosen horizon, and just walk on.
Wow. We beat the game! Oh, we did it!
Noah! What are you doing, man? They'll start the fireworks without us.
Get a move on already, or all the good spots will be taken.
Exactly, so come on, move it!
Sorry, I zoned out for a sec. I'm coming.
Dude, did they forget everything that happened? Oh my God. What? They just forgot everything that happened? It was all a dream, did? Yeah, he heard some flutes and smiled, but I don't know, man. Oh my God. I don't know if I like this. Oh, I don't know if I like this ending. I kind of wish there was more concrete stuff. I don't know if I like this ending. I mean, like, it makes it feel like the whole thing was for nothing. Because if they separated the worlds, they're just gonna go back together. And that means that, like, that whole adventure was just like a bump in the road to a different event, and like none of it mattered. Like there's no build up, there's no like, I don't know, man. They're planning a DLC for this next year. Will they contain the epilogue or a prologue? Overall, I think the game is a solid meh. A no pun meh. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very, very glad that we finished it. I was ready to be done with it, and I'm glad that we finished it. I will say I was hoping, my guess for the ending, what I thought was going to happen was that in the last scene they were going to repair Origin, the worlds were going to merge, everyone was going to die, and then we were going to see a new world with our characters like living happily. That's what I thought the ending was going to be. That's what I expected from the ending. Like, Origin did its thing, the worlds merged, and now there's a brand new world. And honestly, like, I was kind of dreading it. I but at the same time, I think that would have, honestly, like, I would have had a lot more feelings of finality with something like that. It would have been even cooler, real talk, if, like, Origin, like, stored their souls and, like, were able to put them back in the people, so they actually had their memories and stuff in the new world. That would have been cool. I think that would have been a little bit over the top and a little bit too happy ending, though. But Green Brazil says that's too cliche. I don't know if anything in this series is cliche, dude. I don't think necessarily having a happy ending is cliche, but yeah. I don't know. An interesting game. I can safely say, though, it was not, although there were a lot of tropes in the game, the main story never felt really tropey. And that's honestly, for a game of this size, that's pretty impressive. That was like, it kept me going all the way to the end, which was pretty good. Anyway, God, that game was long. I'm glad we're done with it. I think we'll do Fallout 4 or something tomorrow night, or maybe I'll just take a night off. I don't know. But anyway, thank you all so much for being here for Xenoblade. We beat Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's done. It's over. We did it. Now we need to find more console games to play so I can keep using the Cozy Couch stream because it's really cozy. All right, friends. I will see you guys tomorrow. Steel Rising for sure. We got some more fun stuff coming up as we go into the rest of the week and the weekend. We will talk more about it as we get closer. And as always, thank you guys so much for being here. Hope you have a great rest of your day and appreciate you. Bye-bye.